Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a tier list ranking on types of haircuts. Now, these are going to be black haircuts, right? Because, this is the only thing I have experience in. Obviously, this is gonna be a list on, how it looks, how the women like it, the maintenance it takes to keep up with it. I'm not gonna talk too much, I'm gonna just get straight into it. First up, we got 360 waves or waves with a taper. Everyone has seen people who went through the meta of 360 waves, cutting off the dreads in high school, just cutting off the long hair, having a form of a taper with waves and wolfing it in the do-rag stage. We all know about that. Come on now. Now, it is very hard to maintain. I will say that. And having shorter hair really is best when you are in shape. I hate to be that guy, but I'm being honest. I've noticed it in the long run. But the maintenance for it is very hard, like I said. Like, I know dudes who bought silk sheets just because they were afraid that their do-rag was gonna fall off in the middle of the night. My wave journey always sucked because my forehead was so big. I mean, it is still big to this day, but I'd always get like very nervous and I'll just really start trying to grow out my hair after having waves. And I'll just wolf it instead of cutting it down when it needs to be cut down so that it can actually look clean. But yeah, like I said, in my opinion, I think it's a fire cut to have. The women like it, especially if you got like a stubble of a beard, maybe even the mustache goatee combo. Looks nice with it. Can't complain, right? I'm gonna put it at S tier. I'm gonna put it at S tier. Next up, we got an afro. Like, large afros aren't bad, it's just a lot. It's very culture based. Probably looks good on certain breeds of men with certain facial features and certain fashion styles. I don't really have anything bad to say about them. Are they my style? No. Do they pull the women? I would say, like I said, best when you are in between the age of 26, 35 maybe. I feel like that hairstyle really makes sense. You maybe got a gold chain, you're rocking with it. You probably dress like the Haitian uncle, something of that extent. You got like a Ben Wallace type of style, ODB type of style, something like that. I don't have too much to say about it, really. I've never really grown it out that large. So yeah, I'm gonna put this at C tier. Like I said, I don't have too much to say about this really at all, so I don't want to put it too high. Next up, we got a high top fade. Now, this is what I have. Doesn't look the best, doesn't look bad. It's very simple in my opinion. The thing with having like a high top fade afro, whatever you want to call it, when you get a haircut, is it's not a lot of maintenance with it. I feel like it's simple to style. You're not doing a lot. I feel like it looks good professional wise. But here's the thing. It looks best with certain head shapes. I can admit that. Unlike afro, I feel like you have to have a certain type of head in order for this to not look weird. And your hair has to grow a certain way. I'll probably even go as far as to say it looks better on certain complexions. I know it's easy to like hate on that type of hairstyle, but honestly, I'll rock with it. And I'll probably have it for a long time, not gonna lie. Whether it's drop fade or regular. And you can't grow it out too tall. You're gonna look like a pencil eraser if you do that. So be careful of the length too. Don't flatten it out at the top either. Don't be out here looking like Scottie Pippen in the 80s or that one nigga from House Party. I'm gonna put this at A tier. Cry to your mama. Next up, we got bald with a long beard, or honestly just really any beard. I think the length of your beard is important. I think you are being OD when you grow it out too long. But like the Andrew Tate, the Demetrius Johnson, I don't think those are bad styles. Now granted, are they top tier at the age of 20, 21? Probably not. But it does have a form of, masculine look to it, especially if you are in shape. And bro, some girls like a smooth head. Hey, you don't never know. Now, no one in my family is bald, in my immediate family. None of my dad, none of my grandparents. So, we're playing from two different playing fields. If you are probably gotta be balding, then yeah, you might want to start getting that testosterone up, rubbing stuff, getting that magic going so your beard can grow out before you get bald. Other than that, I'm not too mad at the cut. It's kind of another like, is it really? In my opinion, it's only really gets horrific if you grow the beard out too long. You can't be OD with it. I don't think it's S tier for that reason, because some people do too much with the beard. I also don't think it is mid, because the style can look really nice no matter what you wear, you know. So surprisingly enough, I'm gonna put this at A tier. Next up, we got waves with a fade. In my opinion, that is the better version of waves, because one, it's less maintenance, and two, like I said about, you know, the high top with a fade, it looks great when you have a certain head shape. Now granted, if you have a different head shape, it might not look as good as someone else, you know, who has, you know, more cleaner, sharper jawline. I'm not trying to glaze, so. But yeah, a prime example of this is like Jalen Hurts. Women love Jalen Hurts, right? He has the fade, you know, with his waves. He doesn't have the 360, you know, taper going with it. I even think at one point DaBaby had, you know, a fade instead of 360 with the waves. And Drake had it too. That's another person. And that's why I say I think that has to be higher. Granted, you know, everyone can't look like freaking the most attractive person on the block. But obviously, if you are, then these would probably look better on you. So yeah, I'm gonna put this at S tier. I'm gonna put it in front of it, the 360. Keep that in mind. Next up, we got 2-strand twist, 3-strand twist, or dreads that aren't too long. Now, I used to have this back in my day, and I liked it. You know, I've never been the biggest fan of hating on the fade with the dreads or the locks or the twist, whatever. Because if you take care of your hair, you're not gonna have that palm tree look. A lot of people don't take care of their hair. Like, a lot of people have some nasty ass, dusty ass dreads. So yeah, of course your hair looks garbage when you know, ain't taking care of it. But if you get a retwist often and you know you're washing your hair decently, you're not overdoing it and you're not underdoing it, bro, they look fire. Chief Keef, back when he was 16, he had that style. Every rapper in like 2016 had that. Uzi, Yachty, Lil Pump. Yeah, I've never heard it. I've never hated on his style ever. I've always thought it was dope. Even the all around, you know, when they have the taper and then they start dreading it. I think it all looks fire. I think you have more, you know, to show for when you have it all around. I forgot exactly what it was called. But yeah, I think both styles are fire. Like I said, I don't even have too much to say about it. Gonna put this at S tier. Next up, we got the taper with the afro taper, whatever you want to call it. I've never had this style. I've never really even been a fan of it. I don't like growing out my hair to that, you know. Now granted, it looks better on most people than, like, you know, the high top fade, so I can't really blame them for that. I think it goes better with like other head shapes as well. And yeah, like I said, I can see why people get this. I feel like it is one of those things that doesn't start looking, you know, fire until it gets to like a good length though. That's my thing about it. I feel like when it's real short and you have it, it looks a little, But yeah, I can see why people get it easily, you know, especially if they like having the hair on the sides of their head. I can see it. I'm gonna put it at B tier though. I gotta put it at B tier. Next up, we got like cornrows, braids, things that Pop Smoke had. Lil Baby had them for a long time. You know, I think barrel twist is what they also call it. Bro, you gotta really like, this is years of commitment, especially how Nipsey did it. Nipsey had like the 2 braids going down, and like that was just so many years of hair. You gotta go it out to like an afro almost. Like that, hey, hard work, dedication. Looks wise though, I will say depends. There's people who have dusty braids who don't take care of it. I think the only reason why I really wouldn't put it at like S tier is because of probably the maintenance, right? This isn't something you could start trying to do 2 days, you know, later. This is months, maybe even years of putting in work to keep your hair at a good moisturization, combing through it to make sure that's not up all the time. I've never had like real braids, right? I will for sure attempt it in the future, but I've never had it to this day. I am gonna put this at A tier. Like I said, maintenance. And last up, we got long dreads, right? The meta, things that everyone wants at a young age. Long hair dreads are cool, but they are very overrated. They're very overrated. I feel like dreads look their best when they kind of hang in front of your eyes. Maybe they're slightly above your eyes. Maybe they're kind of to your eyebrows, and like they're a little longer in the back area. That's when I think dreads honestly look their best. Like, yeah, you could style them. You know, Lil Wayne, he styled them all those years. 2 Chainz, he got some fire dreads, I ain't gonna lie. Chief Keef, when he grew them out, they were fire to an extent. Alvin Kamara, I think he does fire with the dreads. And yeah, so on and so forth. But a good amount of y'all dreadheads don't be taking care of your hair. I'm looking at you, Cam Newton. Especially when y'all do that freeform. That freeform is the freeform is pretty bad. That's why I say things like having your hair a shorter version of what it, could be is usually better, for the aesthetic, this and that. A lot of y'all going off hair as a one, right? Like, oh, my black heritage. I mean, that's why my African roots, I gotta grow my hair out the longest it could be. And that's cool. I support you in that journey. I just don't feel like looking like a bag of ass. So that's my opinion though. Not saying all people with long hair look like a bag of ass. It's just that some of y'all don't take care of y'all's hair. But yeah, like I said, they're cool. I've never been really the biggest fan. Maybe I'll grow out super long one day and I'll try and find out the appeal. But as of now, I can't see it. Yeah, you can go in the mid, buddy. See, I don't think any of these are down here. That's the thing. I don't think any of those are down here. I genuinely think these are all like fire cuts that can work. So I'm not gonna give any of these. I'm not gonna give them failing grades because I really feel like these could all work depending on how you are. I ranked it based off of, how, maintenance, how easy it is to take care of it, how doable it is, how it looks on people, And yeah, I didn't want to do too much. Like I said, I think a lot of these cuts get more hate than they should because of the stigma of the people who are, trying to cuss out. I think a lot of people don't like high top fades because, their head shape doesn't look good with a high top fade, so they look goofy. So tapers just became the popular thing, and because the internet is sheepish, they followed. But yeah, I don't want to get too deep into it. These are my opinions, right? Boom. Hey, let me know if I said something stupid. Let me know if I was wrong. Let me know if I don't know ball, yada, 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 right? Appreciate you for watching if you did make it this far. Thanks, I appreciate you. Don't have too much to say. And yeah, deuce.